Hi everybody, Nicole Hines here, and today I want to show you how to change a background on a headshot. Sometimes some of us don't like to take a lot of pictures, and you may have used that profile picture so much that you're kind of sick of it and want to do something to jazz it up a little. So this will give you a little more mileage out of that picture if you want to change the background. So I'm in my Google Drive, and I'm going to create a new folder because I want to stay organized, and I'm going to call this demo folder. And there's my demo folder, and while I'm here I am going to change the color because it makes me happy to do so. Okay, so I've got my pink demo folder. I'm going to open this folder, and I am going to work today in Google Slides because I love working with images in Google Slides. They've just made it really easy to do. And we're going to put change background on profile pic. Naming things as you go will keep you organized. Okay, when I open Google Slides, they always have like kind of a programmed in where text should go. You can remove that. It's just as they're trying to make it easy on you, but I am going to remove this, and I'm going to do that by taking my mouse and sliding through everywhere that there's something I want to remove. So it's highlighted those two text boxes. I'm going to hit my delete button and they are gone. The next thing I'm going to do is I always change the page setup, which is the size of the slides I'm working in. For a slideshow, I very often will make it the size of a piece of paper. So that would be 11 by 8.5. But when I'm working with squares or profile pics or postings for Facebook, I like to do a square, and that's an 8 by 8 is what I usually work in. So here I have my 8 by 8 inch square, and I can duplicate the slide a couple times to give me a couple of more areas to work with. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my headshot. And let me change my view here so that I can find it easier. Here it is, right here. Actually, I think I'm going to take this one here. Oh no, that's got the background removed. Let's take this. Here we go. Okay, so let's take this image, and what I'm going to do, just for demonstration's sake here, because I want you to be able to see what I'm working with. Whoops. Trying to slide it over, drag it over. Drag it to this first slide. So this is the image we're working with. And did you see how Google Slides was nice enough to give me those little red crosshairs? So I know the picture is perfectly centered in the middle. It has nothing to do with right now, except just aesthetics. I wanted you to see this image that I'm working with. I'm going to click on the second slide, and I'm going to go up to my program that's called Removebg. And when you go to this website, there's going to be an upload image button right here. I'm going to open that. I'm going to select my file, and it's going to start working right away. And there it goes. It removed the background for me. I'm going to hit on this download button here because if you click on HD, it's going to want money. So we're going to click right up here. And if you did want to make edits, you can play around with this edit button. I'm happy with this. I'm going download, and I'm going to save that right in this file. It downloads it as a ping because very often transparent files will end in PNG. There are some other extensions, but PNG is a real common one, and it's one I work with a lot. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the slideshow, and on that second slide, and you would be working with just one slide. I only brought in the original so that I could show you the difference. But if you were doing this, you only need one slide to work with. I am going to bring in the picture that I just removed the background on. And there it is. So let's bring that in. And now I have some backgrounds that I've already downloaded. But I could also play with the background button here too. And I could pick colors in here. Let's just see how one of these looks. I'm going to go with a gradient. Pick a pretty blue. I mean, I could just use that. Or, let's go solid. I noticed they don't have any really good pinks. This is probably going to look orangey. I could go to custom though and change the color. Look a little too vivid. Let's see how something like that looks. Yeah, I don't like that. That is really kind of loud. But you could play in here and you could try to find a color you like. Or, I'm going to go back here and just change this to transparent. Or I could bring in my own background, which is what I'm going to do. So I have a couple of images that I've downloaded already. And you grab, when you're trying to enlarge something, you grab the two arrows at an angle on the corner and you can stretch it. And I want to make sure I'm kind of around my picture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the image, just right click on the image because it's covering my picture. I am going to go to order and I'm going to send this image to the back so my picture can come forward. And I'm actually happy with that. I don't have to worry about this overlap. That won't show. I could play with some other images as well, but I just kind of wanted to show you how to change the background. And I'm going to go up here to File, and I am going to download, and it's only going to download the slide I'm working on or that I have highlighted. So if I had clicked here and hit download, it would download slide 1. But I'm clicking on number 2, and I'm going to hit download again and ping. Now that only works when I'm doing images. If I was downloading a PDF, it could download your whole slideshow. But this is just for this image work. I'm only downloading the slide as an image. So here we go. Let's hit save. And then because I didn't make it the whole size of the slide, I didn't make it a perfect square, I can open it here and I'm just going to crop it in a little and get it where I want. When I use this, this is the photo editing software that comes with my Windows computer. It's just called Photos. And that there's an editing button right in the middle at the top. It's a square with like a pencil next to it. I clicked on that. And I could come in here. What I wanted to show you, and it's kind of hard to see unless I'm moving it, there's these little tiny white lines, white squares, and that'll help you to center your image. There's also the numbers that pop up right here. If the numbers are equal on both sides, then I know I've got a square. So let's see, I've got 496 by 445. It does get a little really close. There we go. 439 by 439. I have a perfect square. And I do believe they are talking pixels there. Okay, so now, and the ratio. Ooh, did you see that ratio button popped up? How wonderful is that? 1:1 was the picture ratio. I don't know how I'm triggering that to show, but it did. And it was 1:1, which means it's 1 unit wide times 1 unit tall, which means it's a square, a perfect square. So to me, those always work great for profile images. Matter of fact, let me go over to Facebook and I can show you right here if I want to change the image and put the pink profile pic in. Let's do that, upload photo. There it is. Open. I can go like that a little bit to get rid of the uneven edge. Save. Taking a minute to save. There we go. So now I have a pink image there on my page. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.